Hey, what is up guys? So we're going to be taking a look at some new cards coming out in the game. There's new Kriston support as well as new support for Yang Zings as well as the Heavyweight Samurai. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So anyways, first off we have the new Crystal Potential, and it says that the spell, however, is not searchable except by terraforming. So it says it starts with a K. I'm not sure if that is why you can't search it out. Anyways, it's the new field spell card for the Kristons. But anyways, it says all Kriston monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. Mediocre effect. But then the actual good effect is, once per turn during the end phase, you can draw one card for each Kriston Synchro monster you Synchro summoned during this turn. So, I don't know how good that is. I know you can Synchro multiple times. You're going to have to use a lot of cards, but again, you get to draw. But it's during the end phase, and that's the problem that I have with the deck already. It really is already neutered before it even was OP and they had to hit it on the ban list, then to release the same effect of a card later down the line anyways. But that's a huge downside. If it was immediately after you Synchro Summon draw one, oh man, this deck would be really good. But next up we have the Kriston Entry. So it's a normal trap card that says you can only use the second effect of Kriston Entry once per turn. The first effect is one special summon 2 Kriston tuner monsters, one from your hand and one from the graveyard. During either player's turn except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you banish from your graveyard, then target one Kriston monster you control. Send one Kriston monster with a different level than that monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, the level of the targeted monster becomes the same level as the level of the monster in the graveyard. It's a decent little card. It's like a 1 card for 2. You know, it's a decent card. But again, it's a trap card, so kind of a little bit slower. Then next up we have the Kriston Impact. So it's another trap card that's normal. Target one of your banished Kriston monsters and special summon it. And if you do, the defense of all face-up monsters your opponent controls becomes 0. During either player's turn except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, or effect is activates that triggers a Kriston monster you control, you can banish the card from your graveyard and get that activation. That's a really good card. Now, one important thing with the Kriston Impact, it does not destroy the card, it just banishes it and it gets to negate the activation. So, a lot of downsides already with this Kriston archetype. I don't know about you guys, but I think this deck already got neutered before it even had a chance to be like a good deck. Because it's like, all the cards you can banish from the, well, a lot of the stuff, I should say, because not every card, because of the field spell right here, doesn't have that effect. But the archetype is already pretty slow. If you guys haven't seen the Kriston Synchros already, I'll leave a link down below in that description box and you guys can go ahead and check it out. But I think that it already is neutered. It's a Synchro deck, and there's so many things that are just like no extra deck right now, right? So not only do you have that like downside of that, plus Maxi is also like a really huge threat since a lot of people are playing triple Maxi right now. Not only do you have to deal with that, but again, you're going to have to deal with like just the deck itself is just inherently way too slow. And then, again, you're drawing during the end phase. You need to draw immediately. I would rather play, if I wanted to play Synchros, I would have just rather played, just like a Plant Synchro or just another junk deck. But anyways, let's go and check out some new Synchros. We got a new Super Heavyweight guy, and then we also have a Yang Zing card. So anyways, next up we have, for TCGs, the Super Heavy Samurai Ninja Sarutobi over here. So 2000 attack, 28 defense, level 8 Earth Machine type. It requires 1 Machine type tuner and 1 or more non-tuner Super Heavy Samurai monsters. This card is always treated as a Super Heavy Samurai card. So the first effect is it can attack one defense position, face-up defense position that is, and if it does you apply its defense. So basically 28 defense is going to be the attack of the monster also. Then the second effect is once per turn during either player's turn, if you have no spell and trap cards in your graveyard, you can target one spell trap card on the field, destroy it, and if you do it, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. It's a really mediocre effect. I feel like, I mean, yeah, you could summon it, destroy one, and your opponent, it goes to his turn, you get to destroy it. I mean, the 500 damage burn is kind of nice, because you're playing against, like, a Pendulum deck, that's minimum, like, 1,000. Like, as soon as it comes out, you destroy one, then, like, when they place another one, you destroy another one. So I think it's decent. It would have been much better if it banished the card instead, or something along the lines of, like, you get to place it. I don't know, it's just kind of mediocre in my personal opinion. I don't think this makes Super Heavyweight good at all, but you know what? It's support for the deck nonetheless. Lastly, we have an actual good card coming out in the game. This is the Den Glong Origin of the Yang Zing. It says, its effect is unreadable due to the quality of the world shown in Jump, but it says it has extremely powerful effect. It actually had its effect. It's currently unconfirmed because, like, I don't know, maybe the text is too small, they can't confirm it, but apparently this is the effect. This was actually recently updated, so it's 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. So any deck can technically make it, but it's pretty much only viable in Yang Zings. You can only special summon 1 per turn, and I was like, oh dang, but anyways, the effect is really good. if this card is special summoned, you can add one Yang Zing card from your deck to your hand. Bam, already good. Like, just, like, it doesn't matter if it's synchro summon, if it's special summon from the graveyard, it just, you special, alright, just add anything. Like, really? Yang Zing's looking pretty good right now. They already have a card that's basically, like, negate anything. And you can now search the card. So that's very good. And then next up, the second effect is once per turn you can send one warm type monster from your deck to the graveyard. This card's level becomes the level, the same as the level of the monster sent to the graveyard to activate this effect. And then the third effect is, if this face-up card leaves the field, you can special summon one Yang Zing monster from your deck. Wow, from your deck. That means you can go into the guy that you can discard card and then summon another too. That's really good. I think that this card has a lot of potential. Like, the fact that you can get just any Yang Zing, that allows really easy synchro, it allows really easy access to just, you know, keeping your board up alive. So this card is definitely very, very good. Now it says, I want to say it's level 4 or 1, 2. It's either level 4 or 5. Oh, it says right here, duh, it's 5. But I like how you can change the level to make it, you know, other things. So you can go, and as long as this card leaves the field, that means by battle, card effect, banish, whatever happens to him, he's going to go ahead and bust out another guy. So I think that the Origin of the Yang Zing, probably one of the best cards in the Yang Zing archetype to come out in quite some time. But I really like the other effect that you can just, you know, dump one card once per turn. So that allows you to use more cards for, I think, is it Path of the Yang Zing, where you, like, you put back 3 and then you draw 2. Like, they still got Pot of Avarice, so the deck is looking a lot better. But also, in addition to that, guys, there's also the reveal of the new World Championship Qualifier new regional mat is the Ebon Illusion Magician. So that's kind of cool that we got that mat. I think it's a really cool looking mat. You guys let me know how you feel about that. But yeah, I'm definitely pretty stoked to see Yang Zing actually get real support, and we'll have to wait and see if Yang Zing become good. Super heavyweights, man. But they've given that deck so much support time after time, but like they're not giving it anything that's like makes it okay. That's a now viable card. Not like a one card negate anything and then your opponent takes like 5,000 damage. That's the kind of card I think that we need to make super heavyweights meta, because why really support if it's just going to be too mediocre? At least that's the way I feel about it. And let me know, guys, your thoughts on Crystallons. If you guys haven't seen them already, I'll leave a link down below in the description box. You guys can go check out the Synchros because, you know, we've already covered them. But, yeah, I just feel like the deck is too slow. It doesn't really have any potential to be kind of meta, so to speak. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.